Hello there, YouTube. Basically smoking ashes at this point. Morgan Bones, Stubby Ants, Sutliff Grid Outdoors, third video in a row. Too bad I didn't bring a second pipe, actually. This will be a very quick video. During one of my giveaways, the first giveaway I did, I got asked by, I think it was Tennessee Bull. Here's a shout out to you. If you haven't heard about Tennessee Bull, go subscribe. He's awesome. Actually won one of my giveaways. Anyways, he was asking about my childhood, where I was brought up, and I filmed a clip or two, and I never managed to upload it. So I am uploading these now. These are filmed earlier this summer, and I'm basically visiting the first apartment block in my life where I was brought from the hospital where I was born. So I was filming on the go because I was just passing by. And so please excuse me for the sound quality, but anyway, here goes. You know, I think I was mistaken. Actually, it's the new building again. It's the 70s style again. And those two must be the ones. The left one must be mine. I'll come closer and I'll just turn the camera on once again. Yeah, that must be it. And they could... Well, here's a way down. Sorry if it's shaky. Yeah, that must be it. Told you it was barren. Here's a building. There's an entrance. Ой, извини. Ухожу. And these plates are new. There were none. Originally it was just clean. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those two windows were mine. Yeah. It's another building like this. So, this must be the place. Try to go to the entrance without spooking the locals. And the dog. Да пусть лайв, если ему нравится.
Ему нравится.
There's a cooling unit. My flat. That was the flat. With a cooling unit, the windows above it and the balcony. Those are mine. Or mine. was the place? Let's have a plate. Let's look at the address. Maybe I recognize the address. Another oldie. Another playground. It's kind of look like this. Looks like the place. Couldn't find the plate though. I think I remember this. Sokola Gardens Road. Can't even call it a street. It's a road. Let's go around. I believe I didn't have windows here. Street 11. That must be the... yeah. Okay, I'm signing off. Well, that's the place where I grew up in. I arrived in this house and we had 2 flats. My mom and me and my father at the time had one flat on the 8th floor, and my grandmother and grandfather had a flat on the 5th floor, I believe. And then those apartments were changed. We exchanged them for a single one, a larger one, after grandfather died. Here's the exit from the yards to the street. Actually, here's a new tram. Take a look at those. Whoa. Don't remember those, so those must be new. So here's the street. Busy place. Like sort of used to be an industrial district, and here it is now. I remember this corner quite vividly. So yeah, that was my gateway to the world, although I was too small to even walk out here into the street without supervision. Okay, I need to go further there. There you have it. That wasn't very informative, was it? Okay, so this is the place, basically. That's the apartment that, actually 2 apartments that were occupied by my mother and my father before they divorced. And another apartment was occupied by my grandmother and grandfather. It wasn't a particularly nice neighborhood, because if I manage to include this clip, I'm going behind the apartment block. There's a street and there's the row of garages out there, and behind them was a railway station. When they were unloading containers, and majority of time they were unloading coal, so the air was bad. Not bad enough for a kid to get a black lung, but bad nonetheless. And like 15-minute walk from there is a big plant, heavy industry. They are producing, I think, turbo engines for airplanes or something like that. So that's heavy industry. Pollution, again. So that's not... It's in an industrial district. That's why I'm allergic to so much shit. But that was the first place I ever saw. I grew up. I think, well, first years of my life, kindergarten. Then I moved with... Then my parents got separated. They got divorced, and I moved with my grandmother and grandfather, and we were living in a, 2-room apartment, 4 of us and a dog. And I started going to school. And then we got a separate apartment, which I still own, half of it, along with my mom. I'm not living in there because, moving my mother and my family of 4, including myself, in the same apartment, that's a disaster in the making. So I'm renting an apartment in the building next to my mom's, and I'm living there. Well, I changed several. I was renting an apartment on the other end of the city. That went horrible, because I cannot stand being separated from my folks and from this forest, among other things. And then I was renting an apartment that nearly burnt. That's a separate story. I don't remember if I filmed a video about that. If I didn't, please tell me in the comments. I'll tell that. That's a nice story. And one, then the apartment in this district, and then this one. So that's my 3rd rented apartment where I'm living right now. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 6th apartment I'm living in since the day I was born. I don't think that's a lot of moving. I don't move much, and I don't like moving much, and I don't like living in this district. So there we have it, Tennessee Bull. If it was actually Tennessee Bull who asked this question, I don't remember. So there we have it, folks. That's the first, my first place I grew up in. Sorry, I'm too much of a chicken I was too much of a chicken to actually enter and, go up and try to, get into the flight. That would be, sorry, that's too much. I don't know if I'll ever own a place, to myself. Because I have 2, my mother and my grandmother are both, That's my grandmother, actually. She's saying, wait a couple of years, I'll die, you'll move in my place. Please don't. But that's the history. That's how the cookie crumbles in Moscow. Probably the only way, apart from getting a loan or a horrible mortgage, which is highly undesirable in this economic situation. The only way to get your flat is to inherit one after someone dies, and it's horrible. And everyone is complaining about that. Oh, your prices are insane, and I always say, look at the people in the US. Many of them don't have a house, and they are renting their, living quarters throughout their lives. So that's not, you know, the end of the world. I'm pretty happy where I am right now. And I hope everyone can agree that, you know, your well-being and your folks is more important than the flat, whether you own it or not. So there we have it, the place I was born in. Thank you very much for dropping by. That was a quick one. Hope to see you again soon in the next one of my videos. Until then, happy puffing, people. See you. Goodbye.